and welcome to BCPS News. I'm Natalie Bland. On this edition of BCPS News, we'll meet some more incredible teachers who go the extra mile to make sure their students are set up for success. And we'll see how teachers and staff are being prepared for anything. Let's get started. Let's head over to Colgate Elementary School to meet some staff and see what they mean to the community.
Good morning, Colgate Elementary. What's the date of birth of the child?
Team BCPS front office staff are essential to our school system.
I have been a secretary with Baltimore County Public Schools for 21 years. I've been at Colgate for the most part 19 of those years.
I've been in Colgate for 12 years. In my position, first be a family liaison, and now is the bilingual family service.
I have been a secretary within BCPS for 8 years, and I have been here at Colgate Elementary for 6 years.
Colgate Elementary School has an amazing and unique staff that is truly the glue of the school.
They make sure that all people are taken care of in a kind way, and that is one thing that I think sets us apart, that people feel when they come into our building, that they truly honor each person, each student as an individual, and then think about what they can do to help that child be successful.
Well, this front office staff is literally the heart of the school. They're professional, they get the job done, and I really believe their friendliness really just stands out to me.
I actually really admire the secretaries here and their work, their amazing effort that they put here. Every day they always come with a good attitude, a positive attitude. They help when it's needed to. They're always there like for big problems, and they always end up solving it, and they make it look so easy, and that's why I really look up to them.
They are truly appreciated, and that's why they love working at Colgate.
One of the main reasons that I love it here is the students, the staff, and honestly the appreciation that's felt. I've worked in 3 different schools, and this one has top notch for showing appreciation, which goes a long way for anyone in the work field, being appreciated and feeling appreciated for everything you do on a daily basis.
My job is special because I have a terrific principal that encourages ideas. We've started a Clean Green Environmental Ambassador Club. I was able to do so many attendance initiatives. I am able to do newsletters and reach out to our families to encourage that community connection.
They are making sure they impact the school community.
Okay, ¿y quién le dio el paquete de inscripción?
My position is so valuable because we have a lot of Hispanic families, and I be helping the family to do registrations, to find different kind of service that they need.
We appreciate all our front office staff because they are incredibly important to the culture of the school.
Can you please stop in the office, please?
Sometimes accidents happen, and BCPS is taking steps to make sure teachers and staff are prepared for anything. Let's take a look at some of the life-saving skills being taught at Stop the Bleed sessions.
All the things that we're talking about has been proven to save a life.
We're here today at Chadwick Elementary to educate BCPS staff on how to stop the bleed.
Stop the Bleed is a nationwide program to help train bystanders to provide care in a bad accident or in a mass casualty situation. The skills that they're learning in Stop the Bleed is first and foremost to recognize if it's a bleeding emergency. We have great EMS access and quick response, but they're never standing there when an emergency happens. So it's important that we train bystanders who are the ones that are going to be on scene when a casualty happens.
This is what you're going to use to pack.
We have tourniquets, we have limbs with different wounds, depth of wounds, that they learn how to pack with gauze and apply pressure. And then we assist them on placing the tourniquet and feeling comfortable, just touching the equipment in the event they need to use it in an emergency.
You just let it go. Okay.
My name is Andrea Luss, and I'm the school nurse at Franklin High School. It was really important for me as a school nurse to help my students the best way that I can. Student resource officer, we had talked about what my role would be if in case something terrible would happen. And he said, if I'm in an evacuation area, I have to evacuate. And so to me that means I'm leaving my students high and dry. So I'm like, okay, well, what am I going to do? Like, I need other people to be trained. It could be a matter of life and death. If I can't get to some place fast enough, just putting pressure on a wound could stop them from bleeding to death.
You're going to stuff it till you cannot stuff anything.
It helped me open my eyes as a teacher to know that I can be of assistance if something horrible happened here and I needed to help a colleague or help a child out. I'm a little empowered in order to step up and help both here and outside of school should something bad happen.
Can't feel any resistance, okay?
My hope is that everybody in the community would be trained to stop the bleed. My hope is that if there's a car accident on 695 and somebody pulls over who's not even a BCPS employee, that they will be able to recognize this isn't a life-threatening emergency and we need more advanced care, and I can help in the meantime.
If you'd like to learn more about participating in a Stop the Bleed session, visit the Parent University website or send an email to parentu@bcps.org. In this month's CTE Spotlight, we'll introduce you to someone whose baking career has really taken off after a firm foundation set at BCPS. Let's meet Bella Sergi.
So when I was little, I always wanted to bake. So when it came time for high school, I decided to branch out and I joined Solars Point Technical High School for the CTE program when I was 15. CTE prepared me to take the jump from high school to college in my major of baking and pastry. The courses that I took in high school really prepared me for what to expect when I got to college. Johnson & Wales University in Providence, Rhode Island. I'm taking the baking and pastry route and I'm getting a bachelor's degree in science. I currently have my associates, and part of getting your bachelor's degree, you have to complete 2 internships. So my first internship was at Sea Island Resort in Georgia. And then this year I decided to take a different route and I went to Walt Disney World, where I completed a baking and pastry internship at Animal Kingdom Lodge. I worked as part of the kitchen crew in Obama's 60th birthday party. I only got this gig because of the school connection that I went through. They asked for a few Johnson & Wales students. We traveled to Martha's Vineyard. We got there at 6 a.m. and we were there until 11 o'clock at night. But I got to be a part of the kitchen crew and make all of the food that was going out to the Obamas and their party crew. It was a lot of fun. When I was in high school, I had no idea what I wanted to do after college, and being in the CTE program kind of narrowed things down for me. It was important for me to come back to show that even going to a small school in Baltimore, you can really push yourself to go out there, and I'm all the way in Rhode Island and you can go all the way to Florida.
In a way, it's a privilege because we get to hear their experiences and we can take and learn from what they've went through or what they've experienced and probably use it in future scenarios or whatever we're doing within classes that we take.
It's great to have Bella come back, and it's kind of like having a mentor or just overall having somebody to guide us. We were making cream puffs and we were going to put the eggs in too early, which would have scrambled them, so I'm glad she stopped us.
I remember always walking in with a smile on my face whenever we went into the kitchen. It was about having a good time while also learning how to bake. Chef Cassana was my friend growing up. She was my teacher, my mentor, and she really helped me grow into the person that I am now.
Well, Bella was very fortunate to be in the pre-COVID era of school and baking and pastry arts program, so she was able to be my student TA in her senior year. You graduated in 2019, correct? It seems so long ago, but in hindsight, I look back and I have all my pictures of Bella and her classes work and see from 10th grade where you really progressed as a baker. you were always driven and ready to learn and way to take constructive criticism of what you could do better, and always asking me and never giving up on anything. And I'm really proud of you for everything you did.
Your journey isn't small, and the steps that you're taking in your career now will help you throughout your entire life, and you're not just stuck in high school. The things you do in high school will really help you towards college, and then towards college will help you in life.
You can see more of that conversation between Bella and Chef Casano on our new CTE show premiering next month. As we know, many BCPS schools go far beyond teaching in the classroom. Let's learn more about how the teachers at Perry Hall High School do just that.
Perry Hall is family. Perry Hall is a community. Perry Hall is supportive. Perry Hall is collaborative. Perry Hall is colorful. Perry Hall is love. And Perry Hall is expressive. Perry Hall is a collaborative place to be. You know, it's not just teachers. Yes, we work together every day, but it's also we bring in the families, and the families do have a very important role in their child's education. You know, it's multifaceted. It's multiple people working together. And when students need something, we're all there for them. You know, we pull in resource teachers, we pull in staff, so everybody works together. That's why we're a community. You know, we work collaboratively together. Nobody is in their own silo, as they call it, working alone. Everybody's working together for the needs of the students and help that they are met. It is important for Perry Hall to have dedicated teachers, because teachers are not here just to teach the curriculum. They're here to teach values in students to help them succeed in life. I recently became nationally board certified, which is a process that you do deep self-reflection, and it's also professional development growth, where I kind of analyze my own teaching and think to myself, how can I make my teaching better for my students and meet their needs? One of the programs we have here at Perry Hall is a robotics program where I'm the lead teacher for that, and we bring in science and math as well as technology, where students are building their robots with VEX, and then they have to code them in order to move them and challenge other robots in challenges throughout the year. I think that students have to learn, if they come across a problem, how are they going to solve it? Trial and error. You know, scientists are always trying things. If they don't work, they try again. So as they're building their robots, if things aren't going together, take it apart, retry again. If the coding is not working, recode your robot so that it can do what it wants it to do. When you are there for students more than academically, you're helping with their social, emotional well-being. Forming relationships with students is important because they will want to grow, to achieve and meet your standards, which will also help engage them in the lessons and help them become successful in their learning. When people leave Perry Hall, I want them to feel like they are included. Parents, I want their children to feel like they are included in our learning, that they are safe here, and that they are always welcome.
Every BCPS school is full of teachers who work every day to inspire and educate our students. We'd like to introduce you to another outstanding teacher. Meet Cliff Coulter from Rossville Elementary School.
I brought Black Panther with me today because, number one, I am a Marvel dork. When I was a child growing up, I desperately needed a hero to rescue me from my circumstances. So this is a reminder every day. Shortly after graduating high school, I joined the military. Did 2.5 years in the infantry, then I got out. I became a security guard, had a lot of time on my hands, and I had a lot of time to read. My sister gave me a book that absolutely changed my perspective on education. The book was called Up From Slavery by Booker T. Washington, and it made me fall in love with education and the freedom that it provided. Shortly after that, a random stranger came up to me to my security desk and asked me what I was doing. And I had no idea what he was talking about, but he was asking me what I'm doing with my life, and I should be using my GI Bill. So I enrolled at Morgan State University. At Morgan State University, I fell even more in love with education, learned some really important lessons in life that I didn't get in my education. I learned that the history of Black folks did not begin with slavery. It begins with kings and queens in Africa. That blew my mind, and I couldn't wait to share that knowledge with my future students. It sounds weird, but my disability keeps me motivated. I'm a disabled veteran. I suffer from bipolar depression. Last year, I missed 2 months out of the year battling with it, but it's a reminder for me. It's a reminder for me to inspire my students. So I have this tattoo. It's a daily reminder. Every day I make it to work, I defy the odds. Every day I am able to inspire a child to believe a little bit more in themselves. I defy the odds. So I love defying the odds, and I kind of like the idea of a depressed man inspiring the promise of a brighter tomorrow in our kids. The best part of my day is the end of my day. At that point, I've taught for 7.5 hours like my hair was on fire. I have given my students and my school 7 hours of my life. And now it's time for my family to enjoy all of me. So at the end of the workday, I'm excited to go home and spend some quality time with my family. And I definitely recommend that to any teacher because we need that balance in our lives to be successful and be there for our students. The reason why I teach is incredibly cliche, but I'm going to steal the line from Whitney Houston. I believe the children are the future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. I want to inspire the promise of a brighter tomorrow, and that promise is our kids. I believe in the greatness of each of our kids, and they will change the world. My name is Cliff Coulter, and this is why I teach.
That's all for this episode of BCPS News. We hope to see you next time as we introduce you to more students, families, and staff around Baltimore County. For now, I'm Natalie Bland. Have a great day, BCPS.